Hi students, I hope you're well. So we're coming to the end of the year. We're nearly done. You've been working really hard. I'm really pleased with you. So we're getting ready now for the speaking exam. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about how to prepare and or what to expect. Okay, so you are prepared because we've been working since September. All the activities, all the classes and everything we have done up until now has prepared you. But if you want to know the structure, I will explain it to you right now. So there are 4 parts. Part 1 is like a warm-up activity. I'm going to get you to read a dialogue, do a role play, and do something to warm up with your partner. Okay, something just to break the ice, to hear some of your expression. Okay, and it will be either a dialogue or a role play where you have to do a little bit of drama and maybe improvise a little bit. Okay, then part 2, you're going to compare pictures, and remember, it's really important, you need to answer the question. Okay, in this part you need to focus on the question and answer the question by comparing and contrasting the 2 situations, not so much as the photo but the situations. Okay, and we have practiced this a lot. So part 3 is a conversation where you need to talk together with your partner to come to an agreement. You need to discuss something. You need to think of the uses of something, or how good something is, or how helpful something is. And you need to, you've got like an idea with 5 or 6 ideas. 5 or 6 examples. You need to talk about each one, and you need to talk together, listen to your partner, respond, and you need to agree. You need to be polite, or you can disagree politely. Okay, so in part 3 you need to discuss a topic together to come to some kind of agreement or some kind of decision together about what you're going to do or what idea is best. And finally, part 4 is where you really need to give me your ideas and your opinions. I'm going to ask you some difficult questions. It could be about the environment, the future, technology. It could be about sport, about travel, about health. And you need to give your opinions, and you need to explain your ideas with reasons and with examples. You need to think and structure your ideas in a way that they make sense, and you communicate what you want to say and your opinions to me. Okay, so that is the let's say the trickiest, the most difficult part. Okay, and remember, all throughout the speaking exam you can't speak Spanish. If there's a word you don't know, you can say it's that thing that you use for this situation. Try to use different words and get around those problems. Don't speak Spanish, okay? And if you don't understand a question, that's fine. You can say, sorry, can you repeat that? Or I didn't understand the question, and I will repeat it for you, okay? So don't worry about that. You need to speak clearly and calmly, and remember that the parts where you're talking with your partner, you need to really show that you're listening. You need to respond. You need to interact with them also non-verbally, with your body, with your eyes. You can nod your head, things like that. Okay, so that you understand that, you can watch the next part of this video where Christina and I, we prepared some conversations to show you how you can do some parts of the exam, to give you some ideas about the interactive communication, which is more difficult for you to practice by yourself. So that's why I'd like you to prepare it with a partner and send it to me. Okay, now you can do it over Zoom, over Skype, WhatsApp calls, or whatever you use. Okay, and you can do it and you can record it and send it to me, and that way you can practice. Okay, if you find it challenging or difficult to do it with a partner, you can use a family member. And in the very worst case, you can do 2 voices and have a conversation with yourself, and you can send me an audio. But the best would be a video, and to do it with someone over the internet, because that's how you're going to do the exam. You're going to do the exam over Zoom. So my advice is for you to practice in that way. Practice, and also send me what you've done, and I will send you the questions of what you have to do for homework, and you send it to me, and then I can give you feedback and really make sure you're ready for the exam. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ask me in Edmodo. I'm here to help you, And another thing, please send me files that are, for example, already uploaded in some cloud like Google Drive, Google Photos, and then you send me the link. Okay, you just send me the link, and that way it's easy for you to send, and it's easier for me to receive all the files. And videos would be great because then I can see your non-verbal communication. Okay, so that's what you have to do. Good luck. Do your best. I'm sure it's going to be fantastic. And remember, you have to prepare everything, the exam and the homework and everything according to your level, using the structures that you have learned in your English classes. Okay, and if you've been working on conditionals, try to put some conditionals in there. If you've been working on past simple, put some past simple in there. Okay, to show me your level, you need to demonstrate those structures. And apart from all the different grammar structures, you need to also use the useful language section, okay? The language focus, useful language, and the expressions that we've been practicing in speaking classes. So I will send everything to you. You've got everything in your English books that you need as well. And good luck, okay? I'm sure you're going to do really well. You've been working really hard, and now we can see the fruits of all your effort. Okay, so good luck, and let me know if you need any help. All right, see you soon, and I'm sure you're going to do a great job. Bye for now.
Ring, 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 ring,
Hi.
ring. Hi,
Hello.
Christina. Oh my
Hi.
goodness. No, you
How
never
are
guess what
you?
happened.
What? Tell me what happened.
I was on the bus, and I just got off the bus, and I realized I've left my wallet on the bus.
What? Oh my
Yes.
goodness.
And I have
Oh,
everything there. My money, my ID cards, everything. What am I gonna do?
well, don't worry. Just calm down and relax first of all.
Okay.
And maybe what you could do is call the coach company to see if they have it, or maybe you should call the police as well. I don't know if that can help you.
No, that's a good
Um,
idea. The
mhm.
police and the coach company. Okay.
Yeah, and as well, maybe you could try to make a list of all the things that were inside your wallet.
That's a really good idea. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
gonna try that. I'm gonna make a list. I'm gonna call the police, and I'm gonna call the bus company, the coach company.
Yeah,
Oh, thanks. Really good
no problem.
advice.
You know
Oh, I
what?
feel so stupid. I can't
Yeah,
believe it.
but this happens to lots of people. For example, my brother once forgot his wallet on a bus while we were in London, and then we needed the ID card and the passport, to come back to Spain, and that's what we did. I mean, we had to call the bus company to get it back, and fortunately, we could find it. So it was all right, and I hope
Right.
it's the same for you.
Whoa, I hope so. My goodness, that's a lot worse. So I feel much better now. Thank you.
No problem. Well,
Okay, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go and do that right now. Thank you so much.
no problem. Glad
I'll
to
tell
help
you what
you.
happens. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye.
Bye. Would you like to go first, or shall I start?
Well, I think you could start. I don't mind, but
Oh,
yeah, you can go
thank
first.
Okay, thanks. Well, what would be really useful when you go to a city? I think a map is quite useful, don't you think so? Because then you can see where you're going. Um, and,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you can.
definitely. A map is a good idea. Yeah, I think you can always check the map if you get lost, and maybe there are different type of maps depending on where you are. For example, in the metro or in the tube, or a transport map, or maybe a map with all the sightseeing buildings and landmarks. So I think
Oh,
that's a
that's
good
true.
option. Maybe we could also discuss, what do you think about a city guide?
Well, actually, you can get a lot of inside information and tips about restaurants. So I think that's quite useful because
Mm,
when you go on the internet, you get different opinions, but from strange people. But a city guide is usually
mm.
generally gives good advice. Is what I've heard. It gives good advice. I don't know what you've heard.
Yeah, no, I agree with that because normally people think that, for example, information that you find online, maybe when checking your mobile phone, it's the best option when you are traveling around a new place. But I think maybe asking someone, like asking a person, is way better than checking information online.
Oh,
And
that's true. That's
mm,
true. Okay,
maybe,
so
for
asking a
example,
local person.
yeah, asking a local, I think that would be one of the best options. Of course, if you're not too shy to ask, or if you can speak the language. But I think for me, that's one of the best options.
I'd
What about,
definitely go along with that. Asking a local because
hmm,
you're in the place, they know things, and of course, yeah, if you speak English, then wherever you travel, then that can help if they speak English too, of course.
yeah, it's true.
Mm.
And maybe what about the last one, the history
Yeah.
book? Do you think that's a good option?
I mean, I think it could be useful maybe when you're on the plane and you could read it just to get some
Mm,
background information, and maybe in the evenings when you're not there in the city. But when you're out and about, I
mm.
think you're not going to have time to sit and read and think about all the information in a history book. I don't know. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I think it's definitely better to talk to a person face to face rather than read information on a book or in a map. So,
Hmm.
do you think
So
that's the best option?
yeah,
Do you
and
agree with that?
let's decide which is the best of all
Yeah.
now.
Mhm.
Mm, not the history book. Hmm.
No, I would go maybe for a city guide or ask a local. Those are the two best, but I think we need
Yeah,
to agree on one of them, no?
a city guide, ask a local. They're both quite good. Okay, let's say depending on the language, let's say city guide in general. If you have language problems, what
Yeah,
do you think?
you're right. You're definitely right. I agree with you on that. Yeah, yeah.
Great,
Good.
we did it. Good job.